featherweight champion Ilia Topuria might be the biggest star in the UFC history. And I'm not saying because he is a Conor McGregor wannabe, but I think the way that he pulled that crowd in Santiago Bernabeu, the home field of, what should I say, home stadium for Real Madrid, is really mind-boggling for me. I've never seen I've never seen someone going into a football fan and everybody knowing him and coming from the world of mixed martial arts. Conor McGregor was this person who was trying trying to become a global superstar, but he didn't had this backing. And Conor McGregor, yes, he is the first global superstar from the UFC, but I think what Ilia Topuria did yesterday, because I saw him on the field and everybody was cheering for him, everybody knew him in Spain, and he says that he's not from actually not from Spain, he's from Georgia but lived in Spain, but everybody in Spain is talking about Ilia Topuria. We've seen most of the famous footballers from Real Madrid was talking about how they support Ilia Topuria and how they want him to become a global superstar. I'm really sorry, something wrong with my mic. So the reason why I say that he might be the first global superstar from UFC is that yes, most of the casuals know Conor McGregor. Most of the casuals know that Conor McGregor is a huge superstar. Most of the casuals know him because of his movies and his antics outside the ring. But Ilia Topuria is not that person. I think he is not as charismatic as Conor McGregor. I think he is better in terms of martial arts. It's better representative of martial arts. Although he's a Conor McGregor wannabe, he just try to show that the same things that Conor McGregor did, he did the same thing with Volk and actually won the championship like in the same way. So, but in my humble opinion, I think Ilia Topuria is actually a very humble person, because the way that he talked with Volk during when they got in the face up, when they, I don't know what's the thing that they do when they stand next to each other and just do this thing, this pose. So I think Ilia Topuria is actually a very humble person, and I think he can become a star just by being himself. He should not copy McGregor. He just have to be himself, and I think he will become a very, like, he can become the first global superstar in terms of, because I show you, if he fights Brian Ortega, if he fights anyone, he will be able to defeat any active featherweight, in my opinion. Apart from some of the wrestlers like Mosari Evloev, I think that's a very tough matchup for him. And I think and I also believe that even though Yari Rodriguez lost yesterday, I think it's a tough matchup for him. For someone who kicks because of his low stance that he does. So for that reason, I think it can be a tougher match. There are tougher matchups for him, obviously, but I think Ilia Topuria is going to become a global superstar, and I think he has the potential to reach higher star level as compared to Conor McGregor. That's what I believe in, and I really wanted to share this because I recently watched that video and I was like, this is a global superstar. Like, you don't know, if you are not understanding this, or if you're underestimating him still, you don't know the power of football. You don't know how much these people, like, you don't know actually, like, how many fans were there at the stadium. There were 85,000 fans in the Real Madrid's home stadium, Santiago Bernabeu, and I have seen them, like, it's just one of the biggest stadiums, and they were just like, I think to reach a superstardom, you need such kind of fan base where you are, and lots of them were casual mixed martial arts fans, and they just knew that this person is now the first UFC champion from Spain. So they were like, okay, let's just support him because he's Spanish and all that. But I think the reason why they turned up is that the UFC wants to go into that market where they want to find a star that they make out in, like, from that part of the world. They tried with Yoel Alvarez, but he lost against Arman Sarukian. So I think they really want to go that in that part of the world. And UFC is now doing this thing where they are like creating stars from different parts of the world. And for that market, Spanish market, he is the man. But he's not only star of that market. If he wins, if he continuously knocks out, like if he can knock out Volk, you can understand that he can knock out anyone in the featherweight division. So I think in that sense, he can become a global superstar and he can back everything up. Just one thing, he shouldn't do the mistake of going to the lightweight division. Absolutely not. He's going to get absolutely destroying his career by going to lightweight. I don't think he deserves. Maybe he can knock someone out with his power, but in terms of being a true natural 145-pound person, I think he should always fight in 145 or the featherweight division. He should never go to lightweight. He should never fight lightweight, and he should always stay at featherweight and just defend his belt most of the times. And maybe he can have some boxing matchup. I think like he can do good in boxing. So maybe his footwork is not that good, but I think he can do well in boxing. So he can do that crossover thing like Conor McGregor did, and I believe that he can become a better superstar than Conor McGregor. That's what I believe in, man. Like, because he has this huge fan base. I have seen his Instagram followers from growing from 2.6 million to somewhere like 3 point something million. So it's just like in one day. So I think he can become a superstar, and I believe in Ilia Topuria. That I was always like, who is going to defeat Volk? Ilia Topuria, this fancy, knockout artist, not possible. But now, since I saw that knockout that he did against, and that was a crazy knockout, like, because nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that he will knock out Volk like this, like straight cold. Volk was just knocked out by one punch. It was even worse than Islam Makhachev fight, because in that fight he was knocked out by punches after that kick landed. Yes, he was discombobulated, or should I say? Yes, I know that he was really shook by that kick by Islam Makhachev, but I think this is one punch knockout. This is going to change Volk forever. So maybe I think Ilia Topuria knocks out everyone in the featherweight division and he can go to lightweight, but that will be a wrong move, and I believe he will become a huge superstar in the UFC. That's what we do in this channel. We talk about UFC, we talk about martial arts in general, we talk about boxing, we talk about football. If you like such content, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.